Hey guys, it's Mr. Beast with 890 here, and today I'm going to be doing another WWE kind of, kind of discussion and debate. Well, not debate, but kind of just kind of something I thought about recently. For the definitely over the next few months about in WWE, and basically now obviously, you know, everyone knows that Brock Lesnar beat John Cena at SummerSlam, and they have a rematch at Night of Champions. And I'm pretty sure Lesnar's going to win at Night of Champions, but anyway. So I'm just trying to think. After John Cena, who is Brock Lesnar going to face for the upcoming pay-per-views? If he is going to hold the world title till WrestleMania, because the problem with WWE is there's a lack of star power at the moment, and it's not the kind of don't have the guys. They do have the guys, but they just hold them down at the mid-card level, and they don't give them a chance at the main event. Seriously, who is going to face Lesnar going up to WrestleMania? The only guys I can really think of on the way up are Daniel Bryan, who's injured, and probably won't be back for another, 3-4 months? So that means about Royal Rumble time he'll be back. Another guy who I've kind of thought you could do, but you'd have to really kind of push him as far as you can go, because he's got, no momentum whatsoever, is Antonio Cesaro. I think with Antonio Cesaro, it could actually really work, and he doesn't necessarily have to win against, Lesnar, but you could bring in the whole kind of Paul Heyman dynamic, in the sense that, Cesaro, with Paul Heyman as his manager, he didn't really promote Cesaro. He only talked about Lesnar ending the streak, and how Paul Heyman really didn't care about him. And you can kind of bring that into it as a factor. And you can really have Cesaro as a really over babyface, and then in the match you can have Cesaro come really close and have Lesnar show some signs of weakness. And I think it would be one of those matches that could really elevate Cesaro in a way. Obviously, coming so close to winning the world title, you could establish him as a really top guy in the WWE. So I think you'd have to really start pushing him now. I think now you have to start, giving him some serious kind of push, but don't force him on us, because there's been so many times where WWE realise they need to push someone, and then they try and push someone, but then it ends up becoming a force, and it's just really kind of annoying. I.e., people like Randy Orton, Alberto Del Rio, John Cena in 2006 as well. So, I think with Cesaro you kind of have to push him, but not force him down, everyone's throats. But I still think Cesaro could be a good one, but it'd have to be later on this year or at the beginning of next year. But another person who came to mind was Batista. Obviously he's not around at the moment due to Guardians of the Galaxy and promoting that film and stuff. Although I did hear a rumour, I don't know if this is true, I don't believe everything I hear on the internet, but apparently he might be not coming back, because of, he might start, wanting to become in more movies, because how successful Guardian of the Galaxy was. So he might, not, start wrestling again, because it might affect him, and he may not get picked for bigger movie parts. But again, I don't know if that's true. I know he signed a 2-year contract when he came back, so I think he probably will have to go through those 2 years. So he'd be a good opponent for Lesnar to face Lesnar, I think. Probably, he could have a match with Lesnar at, say, Hell in a Cell Survivor Series. I think because these are both really big, powerful guys. Say what you will about Batista's in-ring ability. Obviously, when he first came back, he was pretty bad, but I think he really improved, after Elimination Chamber. Like WrestleMania, he looked good in the main event there. He looked good in the Evolution Shield match at Extreme Rules. At Payback, again, he didn't look too bad there. I think Batista and Lesnar could put on a great match, especially, and I think it would really bring, if they had a match at Survivor Series, I really think it would bring back some kind of prestige to the Survivor Series pay-per-view. Because that pay-per-view for the past few years has really kind of been degraded. It used to be a pay-per-view that wrestling fans would be excited about, because there was just always, some massive matches going on. But in recent years, it hasn't really been that exciting, hasn't been that well hyped up and stuff, and the build-up has been terrible. But yeah, I think this could really bring back some kind of prestige to the Survivor Series pay-per-view, in my opinion. I mean, another person, other people have kind of who come into my head, but I don't think these would necessarily be great ideas either. You could do Big Show and Mark Henry, again, because you could talk about how, you know, Brock Lesnar, you know, he like broke Mark Henry's arm. I think he broke his arm or dislocated his shoulder or whatever, and how he beat him up, you know, and then same with Big Show at the Royal Rumble, how he completely just demolished Big Show and stuff. Those other opponents I could think of, but would you really want to see, you know, for the millionth time, Brock Lesnar versus Big Show? And also, would Mark Henry really have a good match with Brock Lesnar? I don't think so. I think it'd be pretty boring. But going back to Daniel Bryan, let's say Daniel Bryan is fit by, say, December, so we can have a match with Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. I mean, I think it would be a very good match. And I think the original plan was supposed to be Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam 2014, but obviously, you know, you had the whole Daniel Bryan injury, and then obviously it had to be Cena. But yeah, I think it would be a very good match. I think Daniel Bryan would actually get, you know, wouldn't be as dominated as, say, Cena was, in my opinion. I think, you know, he would get some offense in. He'd show, you know, maybe signs of getting close to winning the title. Having said that, though, I really do want to see, obviously as a Daniel Bryan fan, so I'm probably going to be a bit biased here, but, you know, I would really like to see Daniel Bryan win the title again, because I feel it was, you know, it's a bit, for someone like me, it was really disappointing to see his title reign cut short because of injury and stuff. And I just really want him to go on a run. I think I would have enjoyed his title run from WrestleMania to SummerSlam, but we never got that really. And, you know, I don't mind them having this match, but I would like to see Bryan win the world, the title at some point. It doesn't have to be against Lesnar, it could be later on in 2015, but, you know, that's just my opinion as a Daniel Bryan fan. So obviously I'm going to be pretty, you know, passionate about this. But again, like, those are only, 3 or 4, 5 guys who I've kind of thought of. And then another one I've come up with is, he's not even in the company at the moment, but I know his contract with TNA is coming towards an end. It expires, I think, next month, and that's Kurt Angle. And I really think this would be a really good feud. I mean, these guys have had great matches before. You know, they've had some great matches throughout, like 2003. They had a great match at WrestleMania, in WrestleMania 19, again at SummerSlam 2003. They had an Iron Man match on SmackDown that I haven't actually seen yet, but I want to check that out, because apparently it's a really good match, so I'll definitely check that out soon. And yeah, obviously I just think these guys can have another set of great matches. You know, Angle, yeah, both guys are obviously a lot older, but both guys can still go in the ring, I reckon. And I reckon, again, you could have them, this could headline a Survivor Series, or even a TLC or a Royal Rumble. I just think it'd be a really good match, and, you know, because they both kind of got the amateur background in them, and I think we've seen them put on great matches before. Why can't they do it again? And my final kind of person that could face Brock Lesnar is someone, again, who's hasn't been around for a while, and this could be quite a good guy, The Rock. I mean, The Rock obviously hasn't been around for a while, but, you know, I think these guys, they've only faced off once, from what I can remember, at SummerSlam 2002. It was a good match. It was a very good match when Lesnar won his first title. I think these guys can put on another great match. Again, you could have The Rock come close to winning the title and stuff. I've heard apparently they might do this at WrestleMania 31. This kind of links into the next person and final person who I would put up against Lesnar. Apparently, I don't know, with the Rock though, his match with Cena at WrestleMania 29 wasn't exactly that great. It was good, but I don't know, I just think it wasn't. Rock showed weakness, you know, he showed a lot of weakness in, you know, his ability and stuff. I didn't really enjoy the 29 match that much. But you never know. I think maybe Lesnar and Rock could put on a good match. And my final person is Roman Reigns. I like Roman Reigns. I think he's definitely one of the most over guys in the company at the moment, and well, I mean, say what you will about Bryan not being there and Punk leaving and stuff, but he is probably the most over guy in the company, and I like him. I think he's got potential to be a really top guy in the business. However, you know, there's plans about having him at WrestleMania 31 main event, you know, win the Royal Rumble, face Lesnar. But I don't know if he's got that, you know, if he's ready, to be honest. I mean, I know there's a lot of time between now and WrestleMania, but I don't know if they can actually build up Roman Reigns to that kind of standard where, you know, you could actually see him beating Brock Lesnar. I mean, he's obviously just done the feud with Randy Orton. You know, he went over there. He looked strong. But again, who are you going to put Roman Reigns up against? You know, over these next coming months. I mean, obviously you can put him up against someone like Triple H. I think that would be very good for someone like Roman Reigns. But who else are you going to have Roman Reigns face up coming to, you know, WrestleMania? Obviously Seth Rollins. I'm guessing they're going to go with Seth Rollins in Night of Champions. But who else are you going to have? Triple H, Seth Rollins. I mean, he wouldn't have a match with Cena, would he? I mean, Cena will probably lose 2 pay-per-views in a row. I doubt they're going to have Cena lose more pay-per-view matches. So I don't see Cena putting over Roman Reigns, to be honest. You could maybe do Batista, I guess, but again, I would have him go for Lesnar. So that's my only problem with. There's always, for me, with all these guys facing Brock Lesnar, a lot of these could work. But the problem is, I don't know who's going to dethrone him at WrestleMania. I mean, I think they're going to go with Roman Reigns, but again, there are quite a few problems there with having Roman Reigns, and with The Rock, there are problems there as well. I mean, we'll just have to see what WWE do, to be honest. But thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you really enjoyed that, and please like and subscribe for more.